Hello, everybody. You're going to do some graphing again for math, and that means you need to pay attention and watch what I do. Watch what I'm holding up so that you can graph it. The page looks like this. You need to put your name on the top of it. And if you are Piper or Cooper or Ethan, you need to have that last initial on there so I know which one it is. Okay? So name first. Make sure you have a pencil. Make sure you have some markers. And if you need to get one of those things, you need to pause me right now and go get them. And then we will get started. Remember, you use one color for one of the things on there. So you pick a color for your bees. You pick a color for your ants or grasshoppers. You pick a color for your worm, a color for your butterfly, and a color for your snail. All of the X's are going to be the same color going up there, going up here, going up here. Okay, so each one has its own color. I'm not showing you mine today because I want to see if you can do it. So here's your first picture. You put an X on the chart where this belongs. And I'm doing the same. Okay? Next one is this one. Okay, put an X where it belongs. Okay, next one is this one. All right, put an X. You should have 3 X's on your graph already. We're going to go kind of quick because I want you to get this all done. Next one is this one. Put an X on your graph. Next one is this one. Put an X on your graph. Next one is this one. You should have 6 X's now. Just take 1 second and count and make sure you have 6 X's. Okay? Next one is this one. 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 Next one, this one. Next one is this one. All right. Next one is this one. 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 We are down to the last one. The last one is this one. Okay. We have all of them graphed now. If you think that you missed something, this would be the time to stop it by touching it and backing it up to the beginning and watching it again to make sure you have them all. Okay? If you think you've got them all, you're fine. Just keep watching the video. You have to count how many B's you had. How many X's did you put on the B's? And when you have them all counted, pick up your pencil and write down in the box right here, how many B's you had with your pencil. Then you're going to count how many grasshoppers you have X's. How many X's on the grasshoppers? How many X's on the worms? How many X's on the butterflies? And how many X's on the snails? So you have to write those numbers in those boxes. You can do that. Okay? When you get done with that, then you have to write on the lines underneath. It says, it has a picture of the worm there. And above the worm, you have a line. You have to write, how many worms did you have on your graph? So write that number on that line above the worm. Then it says, how many snails? You have a line above the snails. So you have to write how many snails there were. And you're going to put those two together. You're going to put the worms and the snails together. So that means you need to go back to your graph and count all of the X's for the worms. And don't stop counting. Count all the snails too. Put them together. And how many X's do you have all together? Okay. And write down how many X's you have all together when you counted all the snails and all the worms. Okay. Then you're going to go over to the butterflies and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put how many butterflies there were and how many bees. You're going to do the same with the bees and the grasshoppers, the worms and the grasshoppers. You do that. Put all your numbers in there and then count all your X's and see what you get. When you're done with that, you are going to do the one last thing. And on the bottom, in the first box at the bottom, you see the picture of all of the things that we graphed. It says, color the picture that had the most X's on your graph. Which one of those pictures? Was it the bees, the grasshoppers, the worms, the butterflies, or the snails? Which one had the most X's? You're going to color that one. So look at what color you made your X's over there, and then color that thing with that marker. So you're going to use your marker again. Color the thing that had the most X's with the marker that you used. So if you used green for the grasshopper, and that's the one that had the most X's, you're going to color the grasshopper green. Okay? That might not be the right one. Okay? Now the last box at the bottom says you need to color the picture that had the least amount of X's. It had the littlest amount of X's. Which one of the things had the littlest amount of X's on it? Color that thing with the color that you used for your X's. Okay? When you get all done with that, when you get all done with your graphing side, and you're thinking, oh, I don't know what to do next, I gotcha. You need to circle and tell me what this pattern is. Is it an AB pattern or is it an ABC pattern? Then go to the next one and circle and tell me what kind of pattern it is. Keep going all the way down. If you finish that and you still have time, you can use color crayons. I don't want you to use markers on this side because it will go through to the other side. Color crayons to color your patterns. This is a practice one, so you can color your patterns with your color crayons, not markers on this side. I need this paper when you are done, so you are not taking it home. You are putting it on the sensory table. All right. Have fun.